If you're new to wholesaling real estate, it really is as easy as they make it sound on TikTok. It's true that you can literally make thousands of dollars without money, experience, and definitely without work or effort. You just do a few simple things that anyone can do, and bada bing, bada boom, money magically appears in your bank account. Now that's money that you can use as a down payment on a fancy car so that you can flex on social media. Heck, you can even become an influencer and turn your thousands into millions by becoming a guru. Now, even though you're naive, gullible, and will believe just about anything you see on the internets, you may still have some doubts that you can make a crap ton of money overnight. So on this video, I'm gonna prove to you just how easy it is, and then I'm gonna pitch you an expensive coaching program that you can't afford and won't use anyways. Okay, let's get started. Recently, I talked to a property owner who wanted to sell this house in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, she agreed to sell the property for $350,000. Then I talked to an investor who was looking for a deal in that same area who was willing to pay $370,000 for the property. So all I did was sign a few pieces of paper, connected the dots. The investor paid $370,000, the seller got $350,000, and I got $20,000. That's it. I never owned the property. I didn't have to fix it up. Nothing. Other than a few phone calls and a few documents, probably an hour of my time. I made an easy $20,000, and I'll show you how to do it so that you can do it too. Imagine driving a Lamborghini and having 1 million followers on Instagram. That is right around the corner for you. Hope you're excited. Let's break it down. First, you have to find someone who owns a messed up property that wants to sell quickly for all cash. Now, you could drive around your hood and look for ugly houses. You could call real estate agents and ask them if they know about any ugly houses. You could go on propwire.com and search and download an unlimited number of distressed seller leads for free, but that's all way too much work.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All I did was paid an advertising agency known as Pay Per Lead, or PPL for short. Now, the company I use is called iSpeed to Lead, and for a few $100s, they literally handed me an already qualified motivated seller. The way it works is iSpeed to Lead runs ads like on Facebook and Google. Then very motivated people fill out a form that they want to sell their house fast for cash. iSpeed to Lead makes sure it's a real seller. Then they hand me the lead on a silver platter. Now, if you want to check them out, I'll put an affiliate link in the description below, which means if you use them, I get paid a referral fee. Anyways, I recorded the call with the seller and I put it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. I have a YouTube channel because I'm kind of a big deal. I drive a 15-passenger van, not a Lamborghini, but that's not the point. To show you how easy this is, let's cut to a clip of me talking to the seller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, hi. Is this Melody?
This is she.
Hi, Melody. My name's Jerry Norton, calling about a property I think you're looking to sell on 18th Avenue.
I do own property on 18th Avenue.
Looks like it's got a bunch of things going on there with repairs. Is that right?
It's really a tear down. 30 seconds from every highway, Turnpike 595, 95, and 2 miles from the Fort Lauderdale beach. And also 1 block away from the Fort Lauderdale Marine Center. Yes.
So great location. Great location.
That's why it's worth money. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think the lot value is?
I'm driving in this storm.
All right. Be careful. Just stay on with me. Let's take a look here, because there's $1 million homes in this neighborhood.
That is correct, sir. If you put the right property, use the right high-end things, you could really get a nice captain in there and make bank.
So when you say tear down, is that because it just can't be repaired, or because there's more value in the land than in the house?
I personally think there's more value in the land than the house. And I'm not.
Yeah. You own this free and clear?
I owe $5,000 on it.
Okay. Almost free and clear. Yeah. There's a lot real close by that just sold a couple months ago for $400,000. It's a 1/4 acre. So that's a big lot. Let me look out a little bit from here. Yeah, if you don't get 500, then what do you do? Just sit on it? Is that what you're?
I am going to allow my son to keep fixing it up. He's very young. He wants a big family, and he will stay.
He'll stay in the house?
He will stay forever. Let me tell you, he's wanted children since he was in single digit age. So I'm telling you, he would be perfectly happy there for him.
I mean, it's 1,600 square feet. A house.
Well, that's just now. We can make it a lot bigger.
Yeah.
You know, if he starts having babies, that's not a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I like the area. I like it looks like there's, I want to double check one thing. I want to see what's going on for new construction. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you really do have the potential to absolutely get top dollar in your pocket after you pay my price.
Yeah. You know how it goes though, right? As an investor, it's just got a pencil. I know you got your goals, but I also got to make sure it just makes sense. Does this make sense for what you want to do? And then if it does, I'll go through the trouble and we'll just make sure, you know, you're happy with it. But I'm just saying we'll close in 30 days or whatever. I would even be okay to do some post occupancy with you, meaning you can stay in there. I'm not going to get to the property for a minute.
My son could like stay in the trailer and still go to school and stuff. When you would need access, we could go quickly because I could just get him out and get him in a little condo.
Yeah, when the bulldozer shows up to tear it down, he can, you know, run out the back door.
Just give me a few days notice, you know? I'm just saying, we're easy.
I would give you plenty of time. I'm just saying it's going to be sitting there until we're ready to build. I got no problem with that. We'll just put in writing that when we're ready to start construction, you agree to leave.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be perfect. Wow. That sounds fabulous, sir.
Let's get something done here.
Perfect.
Okay. I'll have my assistant, her name's Ella. She'll reach out to you. Watch for her call. She'll gather some information. She'll put together an agreement and get that over to you.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you. Now, I edited the call to make it seem easier than it really was because remember, I'm going to pitch you an expensive coaching program later. But if you want to watch the full entire video and the breakdown, I'll put a link in the description below for you. So after the seller agreed to sell me her house, I needed to fill out paperwork. This is called a contract, and once executed, she can't sell it to anyone else. Well, I don't know how to fill it out, or do I have the time to learn how to fill out a contract? So I just hired a transaction coordinator, or TC for short. Her name is Ella Ray. Now, Ella is way smarter than me, and her job is to fill out the contract, send it to the seller using DocuSign, get the seller to sign it, answer any questions the seller might have that I don't know the answers to. And Ella also opens escrow. What does that mean? I'm not even sure myself. I just know that in order for a real estate deal to go down, a title company has to transfer the property from the seller to the new buyer. They call that a closing. But again, don't worry about that. Ella handles all of it. She handles all the legal stuff and the paperwork and coordinating everything. And get this, Ella does all the hard work and I don't even have to pay her. We make the buyer pay for her service, which I'll explain in a minute, so keep watching. By the way, I never saw this house. I was at home in my underwear and locked up a hot deal in Florida over the phone. After the seller signed the contract, the next step was to find a cash buyer. Now, since you're broke as hell and not the one who's actually going to buy the property, you need to find a real estate investor with real cash who is dead serious about buying a real property. Now, I don't know any cash buyers. All my buddies just play video games and get drunk on the weekends. But that doesn't matter. You don't need to know any cash buyers. Remember I said you can find motivated sellers for free on PropWire? You can also find cash buyers that flip houses for free on PropWire. So all I did was I looked on PropWire for investors that flipped houses in the same neighborhood as my deal, and I found an investor 2 doors down from my deal who built a new construction house to flip. I thought to myself, you're no genius, but there's a good chance that dude will want to buy another deal 2 doors away from his current deal. And you're the agent representing the investor.
Correct.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I see you're doing a duplex there. Is that project still underway?
Yeah, it's not finished yet. You know, they're finishing up some things in the interior.
And on my property, they don't have an appetite unless they can get it for $375.
Yeah.
If I could get it for that, would they pull the trigger and do that?
From my conversation with them, yes. I
Okay.
can literally call them right now, and it'd be kind of one of those things that, hey, would you 375? Yes, boom, okay, let's do it.
I have a contract on it to buy, was looked to assign it to someone like you that's already doing stuff in the neighborhood.
Got it. Yeah,
That's all. What's their number? If they could pull the trigger and sign a contract, what's that number look like? I'll see if I can get that done.
Okay, let me call them right now.
Okay.
I'll shoot you a text.
Okay, sounds good. So I called the agent who listed the investor's property for sale, and I asked if his investor was looking for another deal. He said to me, yes, dipshit, they are always looking for another deal. I said, okay, cool. Does your investor want to buy the property on the corner? He said, I know that property. Yes, my investor would buy that. I said, pay me $375,000 and it's yours. Now remember, I have a contract with the seller for $350,000. The agent said, okay, let me call my investor and I'll call you back. The agent called me back 5 minutes later and said, make it $370 and we got a deal. So I said, okay, you got it. Then Ella, my TC, sent the agent what's called an assignment of contract agreement. Basically, an assignment transfers the deal from me as the buyer with the seller to the investor as the new buyer with the seller. So the investor signed the assignment and Ella coordinated the seller, the new buyer, and the title company. And on the day of closing, the investor brought $370,000 cash to the closing as the new buyer. The seller got $350,000 less any fees they owed, and I got $20,000. And notice right here, Ella's TC fee of $1,200 was paid by the cash buyer. So let's recap. I found a motivated seller who wanted a fast and convenient cash offer, and we signed a contract for $350,000. Then I found a local cash buyer who wanted the deal for $370,000, and we signed an assignment agreement. Ella, the TC, handled all the paperwork and coordinated the closing. And for hardly any work or effort, I made a quick $20,000. Now, if you think this was lucky as hell, leave a comment and let me know. If you think that now that I've done one deal, I should become an internet guru, leave a comment and let me know. And if you want me to show you how to do multiple deals a month, just like this, and build a multi-million-dollar business, wholesaling and flipping, then check out my mentor program. Just go to fasttrackwithjerry.com for more details. And since I didn't really teach you anything on this video, watch a 3-part video series where I show you in detail how I found a deal, analyzed it, negotiated it, and wholesaled it for a $10,000 profit. Watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.